live stream there, Mom? I'm putting a live stream. Just to let you know.
Okay.
You want to tune in? Yeah. Let me check. Yeah, they see.
No lettuce in your teeth.
Yeah. Why? It's okay.
What are you going to talk about? The game?
Huh?
What are you going to talk about?
Just about my situation in my new channel. Hey, we're shaking, folks. Oh, welcome. We got 2 people tuned in already. Nice. All right. Ooh. And I forgot to add the link in the description to my new channel, of course, but it's okay. I'm going to share it with you in the chat, I guess. Yeah. I know it's been a while since I've been streaming. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can give me a 1 by 1 there, tell me if you guys can hear me. Copy. All right. So here's the link. It's called Down with the Crown. Essentially, I started this channel there. I've got some people helping me out. We're trying to start a community of police auditors here in Canada. Well, not just police auditors. I really call them, thank you, Jory. Appreciate it. Essentially all agents for the Crown Corporation. That means anybody in government. Okay, pretty much anybody that's in a capacity that claims to have authority, which is essentially a false authority. They swore false oaths to a false authority across the oceans there to the Crown, the Triple Crown, which is a private organization, the Temple Crown, all lawyers, everyone that's essentially part of the Bar Association, British Accredited Registry. Essentially, they're committing fraud against all of us. Okay, so that's the facts. People need to get in tune with that and wake up to the realities because we're being extorted from, we're being lied to. And the biggest victims in all this are the people that work for the Crown. A lot of these people, I'm sure, are good. I know there's good people in there, but I know there's a lot of bad people too. And they need to be aware because essentially we all die one day, folks. Okay, so you can't escape justice. We all gonna have to answer for the resistance we cause to existence. Okay, so right now, essentially, I started this new channel. It's called Down with the Crown. If you want to check it out, I just put it up there in the chat. Essentially, it's just focusing on police auditing, and also I'll be doing breakdown videos, kind of like high impact flicks. And here's the deal from with Brian Young. So I want to kind of like start the Canadian version of that, essentially, if you will. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Alan Warren? Salute. Good to see you too, brother. Didgeridoo. Hello, welcome. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I know it's been a while since I've done a live stream. I've just been kind of busy. I'm also working on helping some people there with right now. There's a big movement trying to get magic mushrooms to be decriminalized in Canada and all over the world. So I've been helping some people here in Ottawa. They have a business called Magic Mush. If you ever want to check them out, it's called magicmush.ca. Mush.ca. That is the website. If you go check that out, you can actually get a lot of information about magic mushrooms and how they help a lot of people right now. This is really changing the world. It's helped me a lot. It's helped me with depression and anxiety, things like that. I wouldn't be as intelligent as I am if it wasn't for magic mushrooms. Let's put it that way. It's helped me get through a lot of stuff in my life and rewire my brain chemistry in a way that's actually I'm not working against myself. I'm actually working together. There's no conflict, Well, there is a bit of a conflict still, but it's just that's my conscience essentially telling me if I'm doing something right or wrong, and giving me shit for it if I'm doing wrong, right? And right now, lately, my conscience has been kind of eating away at me because I haven't been dealing with the situations that I went through with the Ottawa Police Services and the Crown's office. So, but I'm still working on it, chipping away at it. I've actually spoken with a lawyer yesterday, or actually, she's more of a barrister and a solicitor and a notary public. Buffering, but maybe on my end. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Perry, how are you? Good to see you. It has been a while. So, yeah, it's just, so I got this lady that she's going to help me out with getting these affidavits of truth, to put them on notice. Essentially, I actually sent an email to the Crown's office telling them, hey, you guys, you brought me to the battlefield and you left. That means you lost. So let's sit down and talk about this, And their response was, always they refer you to, the OIRPD and all these other things, like third parties to hold them accountable. They can't hold themselves accountable on their own. They can't admit that they've done wrong towards me. So they need third parties to come in and get involved and point it out to them. Me pointing it out to them is not enough. But they're going to find out how wrong they are about that. Because, see, I want to give them an opportunity to mediate, to discuss what happened, but they essentially closed the door on me. So now I have no choice but to essentially send them affidavits of truth with all the evidence to show that they violated my rights. And also what I'm going to be working on is making sure that here in Canada, that all these signs there stopping people from being able to record out in public and in public buildings, and those are going to be removed. And also any police constable that essentially violates people's rights by depriving them of being able to film in public, well, I'm looking to actually get him charged under the Anti-Terrorist Act. Okay, and that's pretty serious, folks, because see, when you use the law, you use the power of the state to enforce your opinions on people, and you arrest them and stuff like that when they're actually engaged in a constitutionally protected and recognized activity. You're in fact, that's the definition of a terrorism. So essentially, if we can do that, if we could start, sending letters to the Attorney General, the FAG and the PAG, the Provincial Attorney General and the Federal Attorney General, letting them know, putting them on notice that any constable here in Canada that essentially goes around and deprives people and stops them and tries to essentially intimidate them from being able to record in public, they're going to be charged under the Anti-Terrorist Act. That's what's going to happen. Okay, and that's pretty serious, folks? It's pretty serious, and that's how we get them. Is once you understand the law, and I understand the law pretty well. I've been doing a lot of research lately and found out that it's crazy because, see, the CCRF expresses, the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, talks about number one being freedom of conscience. Okay, so that's number one on the list, your conscience, your mind. Okay, so if I tell you that you're doing something wrong, but you're not, I'm messing with your conscience. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to do that to someone, to make them feel like they're doing something wrong when in fact they're not. So see, freedom of conscience is number one for a reason. But did you know that in law and in school and stuff like that, the freedom of conscience is the least used argument in court? And that just has to show you how lawyers and crown attorneys and judges and these scholars really don't understand the law very well, because everything comes to your conscience. And when you look at the Crown Corporation, why is it called the Crown Corporation? Well, it's essentially telling you that they're your conscience. The crown, which is essentially your crown chakra. If you understand any thing about our energy, we have the Taurus field, and what it does at the top, it does a circular thing, right? And essentially that's your crown. That's your energy, your conscience. Everything flows in through you. And so that's what they're saying. They're saying, as the Crown Corporation, they're claiming that they're your conscience, that they're the authority on conscience. That's what they're saying symbolically, okay? And most of these people don't understand that, okay? They don't understand. If you look up a Taurus field, okay? I'm going to type this in. Taurus field, which is essentially our energy, okay? When they say a woman has a uterus, right, which she utters us into existence. And if you look at the uterus, it's formed like a bull, a taureau, he's got the bull. And that's why when you look at when you go to a coat of arms and anytime you see a coat of arms and you see the ribbon at the bottom there, it's got words and stuff, that represents the Taurus or the uterus, the woman's uterus, which is creation. Its life comes from the woman. That's why you have the Lady Justice holding up the scales of justice, because we come from the mother. Okay, so these are all things that a lot of these people don't understand, and they really need to understand these things, because the law is expressed symbolically, and if you don't understand the law symbolically, then you don't understand the law. That's pretty simple as that. So I just got to check my messages, because I got some things to do today, and hopefully I'm not getting... Yeah, I gotta go, unfortunately. So yeah, I gotta get going. But okay, I got 5 minutes here. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of speed it up, and then I'll be able to do another live stream a little later. But I just want to make sure that you guys knew about my new channel, Down with the Crown. Please check it out. Please tell all your friends and family about Down with the Crown, which essentially is just going to be dedicated to police auditing and agents of the Crown auditing. So it goes for Crown attorneys too. Like, I'm going to be auditing these people, asking them questions, putting them on the ropes essentially. And all I want to do is also go in front of the courthouse here in Ottawa to show like how they're really violating our rights. As soon as we enter the courthouse, when they put up these signs saying that you cannot film inside, that's a violation of our rights and freedoms. They're actually in breach and dishonor of their obligations and duties to recognize and protect these rights and freedoms, because they're not given to us by the government. They're just expressed and recognized through these constitutions. Okay, so our rights and freedoms, remember, folks, they come from the Almighty Creator. They're natural, universal rights. No government grants you your rights. Freedoms, though, that's a different story. Okay, so you have to understand the difference between rights and what freedoms are. Your rights are essentially you're born with. Your freedoms, while the government kind of grants you what freedoms and things like that you have. And that's why when you look at the constitutions and things like that, you need to understand what these things mean. When people say, oh, Section 2B, listen, you don't want to stand under that. You want to stand under more, not even stand under any of this. You just want to express Section 7, okay, which is essentially the security of the person, which you have the right to be secure. So if you don't have a witness around you, and all you have is your phone and to record, no one is allowed to stop you from recording if there's a controversy, if someone is violating the law, breaking the law, whatever, and you're a witness and you can pull out your phone. Any police officer, anyone that's going to stop you from doing that are in fact obstructing justice, and then you let them know. And I'm going to share with you all these words, how to handle these people that are ignorant of the law, what to say to them, how to put them on notice, and to try to make it, not turn into a violent situation. Because you got to understand, you're dealing with a lot of these people are like children. They're childlike mentalities. Okay, so when you argue with them about things and they think they're right about something, and these people do not continue their education. Okay, these people, they're just there for a job. They're peepees, pension and a paycheck. Okay, you need to understand that you're talking with children, and this is how you're going to be able to really try to make the situation a better one and not end up in cuffs or in jail, even though you're right. Okay, because that sucks. It's not fun. I had to go through it myself. It's nerve-wracking. It's not fun dealing with these people. Now it's been almost 2 years since the incident happened there at the courthouse with Constable Benjamin, and still see there's nothing's been fixed. They act like they did nothing wrong when in fact they did so much wrong. So I gotta let you guys go, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm sorry I gotta let you guys go like that. I have to just got a call there. So yeah, I'll probably be live streaming a little later. Check out for me. I'll probably put up a poster to let you know what's going on. So thanks for coming in. In my words, it's like, you lied to me. You are messing with my mind. Therefore, they should never be allowed to lie. Exactly. And that's the thing. These constables, they have all these rights to fucking, break the law, essentially, to be immoral, to have no principles. But yet we do one little thing off, whatever, and then all of a sudden we get the book thrown at us and stuff, which is nonsense. We're all supposed to be equal under the law, right? So anyways, thanks for tuning in. In the criminal code, they are violating. Yeah, well, the criminal code, they're on their own obligation. The criminal code does not apply to us unless you do not know your rights and freedoms. You need to understand, code is not law. So if you go to court and stuff, you ask a very simple question. You can say, hey, I'm here because you guys are saying I broke the law. And they'll say, yeah, you broke the law. I say, okay, well, which law did I break? And then they'll quote from the Criminal Code of Canada. You say, okay, well, code is not law. And then you ask them, it's like, well, who's trying to commit fraud against me here? Because I asked you, I broke the law, and then now you're quoting from the code. right? So see how you need to understand your words, folks. You need to understand your words. You need to understand the signs and the symbols, okay? You need to understand these things, okay? So, yeah, I got to let you go, guys. I really got to go. But thank you for tuning in. I'll be in touch a little later on today, all right? Have a good one, boys and girls. Oh.